I bet you can relate to this. The third level of conversation is where transformation in interactions, conversations, and relationships occur. At this level, you and the other person share perspectives, you collaborate on ideas, you listen to connect, and you can even be candid with each other. If you're facilitating the conversation, you find yourself listening more. During this conversation, you develop a high level of trust and you discover what you don't know. You're asking questions that you do not know the answers to. You are curious. This level of conversation is transformational. Here are some examples. Help me understand how you might create a report that accurately reflects the data that we need. Or what are your thoughts about where your skills are for this part of your responsibility? Or tell me your perspective on this situation. So how does this level of conversation help you have a successful, crucial conversation? How do you actually weave level 3 conversational tools into the three-step process of mastering essential conversations? Let me share this with you. The first step is to begin by reflecting on your past conversations. Here's what I mean. Think about what happened during a previously difficult or challenging conversation. Who was it with and why? Where did the conversation occur? Was it between tasks or meetings, during lunch, at the end of the day, over the phone, or even email? What made it challenging or even successful? This will help you plan for step 2, having the conversation. During the first few minutes of the conversation, you will need to focus on making a personal connection. Yes, a personal connection, even though it is at work. You can ask questions such as, how are you doing? How are things going for you? Initially, you will want to listen more than talk. It will be important for you to share any kind of background information. It might include clarifying the expectations of the position. The conversation may address a specific situation that needs attention. This step also includes two-way feedback between the two people in the conversation. So this could include what help or suggestions each might share. Equally as important is sharing perspectives on the situations. Then the third step is the importance of follow-up. This is where the integrity is really highlighted. Closing the loop on these conversations is crucial. What was agreed to? The timeline, the expectations, resources needed, if any, when you will check in, and what will be the expectations for the next session. Whether you are meeting professionally or personally, follow-up is critical to ensure accountability and forward movement of what you desire. When it comes to performance and thus success, when business owners, CEOs, leaders, and other managers utilize this system, they find their conversations are transformed and their results are impactful, which helps drive engagement and performance. The dynamics of all team members shift and the angst and underlying friction disappear, and accountability and retention increase. When you make this three-step system a ritual, you can begin to shift culture. People begin to feel valued and motivated, and your own stress and angst about how to lead conversations lessens and disappears. Remember, if you don't carve out time to implement this three-step system, you risk remaining on the merry-go-round. In summary, step 1, reflect on your past conversations. Step 2, have the conversation, create a connection, share perspectives, and solve the problem together. Step 3, the follow-up. Validate what was agreed to, provide necessary resources, and ensure your next session is scheduled before you forget it or it gets lost in the day-to-day activities. And in order to help you implement these steps right away, I have included a free done-for-you outline of these 3 steps that you can access by connecting with me on LinkedIn or by my email. I will close with a favorite quote from the Creating We Institute founder, Judith Glaser. To get to the next level of greatness depends on the quality of the culture, which depends on the quality of the relationships, which depends on the quality of conversations. Your next conversation is waiting to be transformed.